like, because sometimes when I'm saying it too fast, like you cannot get it.
You want to get everything in.
Like so
so
you
much
can go
information.
and read this again. So this is we are talking about the blue
The
bagel.
blue
Okay, blue
bagels.
bagel, which I gave you just now. So what it is, I'm understanding is Tulsi, holy Tulsi Basil. She wanted to marry the cosmic consciousness. I'm going to say it in a way that makes sense. Like if I'm going to tell a story to my kids, this is the way I'll say it. And it doesn't matter to me if people understand me or not, but you and me, we're going to understand. So to paraphrase, right? Tulsi Basil wanted to be like redwood tree because redwood tree grows 370 feet and the creatures up on top of her are actually living, never need to get down to earth, and they have their own. Did you know they have their own ecological system? These creatures doesn't even come down. They have a salamander. They have things that grows out of the dirt from the cloud.
Yes.
That they have their own environment. They don't even know what exists in earth.
Right.
So imagine a little plant competing against redwood tree, right?
Right.
And so the concept, cosmic consciousness was so kind. He said, okay, drop into my area of worship.
Right.
And I will give you a space. So she drops in and she builds her own bush.
Yeah.
So then there was a king who doesn't have a daughter, who doesn't have children. He prayed to the cosmic consciousness, please, can you help me have a baby? And he says, yeah, you can have a baby because I'm so pleased with you. She'll be born under the lap of Holy Tulsi Basil because he wanted the Tulsi to be a mom. No, so because she wanted to be married to him, right?
Right. Right.
So he cannot really marry her, but he says, I'm going to mother you, right?
Okay.
Like so he's like passive. Like it's a beautiful story.
Yeah.
When I look at it, the big picture, and that's the town I was born in.
Oh.
So my soul feels so fulfilled. And so what happens is, I mean, this is coming to full circle. So this king, he says, I want my daughter to be married to you in the end to honor, you as well. So he says, yes, when she's born, when she reaches the marriage age, I'm going to come and ask for her hand. So the king is so pleased he's going to get his daughter to the god himself, right? Yes. So he raises her, and she's goddess of abundance, the Lakshmi. Okay, so she grows up, and Tulsi is her mom, who he can ask for better mom, right? Yeah. So then, when marriage age comes, this god wants to test him, so he appears in the form of an old man. Oh. And he knows it's God. Yeah. But he's a little freaked out. Now you will get it now, right? Yes. Even if it's 21 versus 17, we are freaking out. Imagine like this
old man.
Not old man, maybe like in the 40s or like 30s
middle age,
or coming and asking for a hand of your teenager, like like a young one. So the king doesn't want to appear bad, but doesn't know what to do. So he backtracks and he says, oh, my daughter doesn't know how to cook. She would cook without salt. She would make tasteless meat.
She would okay.
So I mean, this is the way I'm going to see it because I can see it's another way. So then God says, guess what? From today, I'm going to eat without salt. He says, whatever she does, I am going to be pleased with her service. He says, I want her hand. And he gave up salt, eating with salt from that time on. And he lives in the temple. And when you go to pray to him, you bring salt as a symbol of you giving up.
Oh, giving up.
But remember, I spoke to you about salt is the space where we hold gratefulness. That's why in India, when they did independent fight against Britain, Mahatma Gandhi chose salt to be one thing that he will sell to gain independence. Because you didn't have to pay tax, and it's something you can do yourself. So the whole salt industry created in India to create independent living, so they can be not dependent on government. But let's come back to spiritual angle. So salt means gratefulness. So God is saying, she doesn't need to be grateful to me. I'm going to take care of her.
Right.
And whatever way she treats me, I'm going to find. Because I have the grace to accept her as she is. Maybe the king was saying, like, forgive her for being brash. Like, like
Yes.
kind of what you're talking
Yeah.
about your daughter.
Yes, right.
But I'm going to treat her like a queen.
Right.
So what a graceful way to accept. So that's when it really brought tears to my eyes. I'm saying, oh my God, God, first of all, loves me in spite of me being not grateful. Second thing is, my dad was born there as well. And he raised me. And here I'm cribbing about my dad and mom. And they showed by their life they're okay with me being ungrateful. And here I'm complaining about my dad not giving me any presents, right?
Right, right, right.
So it was very humbling for me. So immediately I called my dad, thinking, like, what a superhuman being it is. The down moment came when my dad says, I don't believe in it.
Is that what he said? I don't believe it.
The way I asked him was because I was like in this super cuddly mode with my dad. I'm saying, oh my God, what a great guy he is. So I'm calling, Dad, who is your because somebody said I felt peace, love, because the teacher was asking what was going on with you during the session, like as
How are you?
feedback,
Right, right.
okay, during the live session. I missed the live session. I was doing the rerun session. So that guy was saying, I felt peace. He says, that's bullshit. He says, peace, love and all is like a feeling. Right. He says, come on, get out of that. Like, he says, like, like, meaning he says, who did you connect with? Like, what was it like? Who did you see?
Yeah, right.
What was the inside? Like, they meant, he says, don't give me those. It's all Christian version of, like, saying all this stuff. He says, like, don't celebrate something you don't even understand, so what is it?
Right.
So then afterwards, like, it really, like, so I called my dad and I said, Dad, I said, so, that's when he says, if by chance you cannot connect with anything, he says, go back to the space where your family prays you constantly and come back and tell me, who is that you need to pray to get those feelings for you?
Right.
So he says, don't use words anymore. So he kind of like, spoke to him in another way. I applied it to me. I said, okay, so let's go back to me being not grateful. So I really need to understand who do I need to reset myself. So I called my dad. I said, God, Dad, what gives you the faith that you're doing right? I said, give me that that path to follow, or that way. And I said, I'll follow. Is it this guy? This is what I felt in my vision. And my dad says, no, I don't pray to him. I pray to another person who has half beast and half lion face, who I love too. That energy is about child abuse, preventing child abuse, So that's the energy he is praying to. And I had a very nice encounter with that one too. So here my vision of my dad being they for me is like going puff of this book. I said, okay, but you know what? Maybe it's another way. Let him not be grateful to me, but let me be holding that space of grace for him, because he never acknowledged the presents I gave to his wife, and he never came back and thanked me. But whereas he celebrated my sister's life because she gave him his wife a present, and he thanked her. I said, Dad, I just want, as an afterthought, tell you, you don't need to correct your ways. I said, if you're praising one daughter, and I said, when you don't even acknowledge the other daughter's gift, and plus, like, not even appreciating what I do, know that you are splitting, like you are kind of treating one person different than another. You don't need to correct this. I said, you can keep it doing what you're doing. But I said, I'm cool with it. I just want to bring it to your awareness. Do you know you're doing this? He said, he didn't get it. I said, for example, I said, one day my mother wanted to burn my hand. He forcefully held it so she would burn it when I was younger.
Really?
He said, yeah, when I was a kid. He says, I'm sorry, Ma, I shouldn't have done it. I said, you're given second chance. With your wife, she's holding my hand down and burning me. And I'm telling you, in energy, you've been given a second chance.
Yeah.
And I said, you don't need to say sorry, but see whether you can make amends. And you're given another chance. And you're 80 years old. I said, you have lived without awareness for 80 years. And I said, God is giving you one more chance. I gave you a present. And my sister gave you a present to pass on to your wife.
Yes.
You praised her, how good it is.
But
Even I did your celebration for
yes.
birthday.
Your
I
birthday
haven't
dinner,
understood, like,
right?
you know, whether you appreciated it. And on the contrary, like, you know, you're saying that, like, you don't know how to behave, but I'm just pointing it out to you.
Right.
That's all.
Not
So I let
for
it
you
go.
to do anything.
You don't
just
need to, like, but you know, it actually was
telling
so
you
good for me to
to
get it out.
Right.
But at the same time, it also made me a parent. It's not, the lesson is not for him. It's not. It's for
Not
me
for
to
you.
know I'm going to be treated without being grateful for what I do, but it's okay. Accept him anyway. So then I went to the temple, and that's when I found the blue, because again, I saw only the color. I didn't understand the significance. So I come home and I'm hungry to look at this vision of this being. This they call him Uppaliappan. Uppu means salt.
Okay.
He's the father of this saltless state, you know, which is the other way, like, you know, being ungrateful state. He's the father of that ungratefulness.
Ungrateful.
And I was thinking, oh my God, what a gift God could have given me, right? So I was so humbled. And so I knew for sure I got that picture because somebody gave it to me. I asked my dad, did you give me that picture? He says, I cannot tell for sure, but I think he gave it to me because he got rid of all the Hindu pictures from his home because he wanted to become converted to Christianity after he married. So now his wife throws it out. So he gave me the mother of nurturing that my mom gave it as a last gift.
Okay.
He gave it to me. He took away any form of Indian worship, and he actually doesn't want to do anything connected to Indian. Only when he comes here to please me, he says he's doing it. But that's not his calling, which is fine.
He
you know.
changed. Yeah.
He says he's by nature he's atheist. He says that's fine. I'm cool with it. Like, you know, I'm not saying he's a bad guy.
Right.
But like, you know,
he has his beliefs.
but I feel indirectly he did give me the picture which exactly is healing me. So even that is enough for me. He doesn't need to even do anything for me, you know.
Right.
So afterwards, like, you know, I am looking very hungry for this picture, and I come across this picture, and this picture has this blue robe, and that's when it hit me. I said, "How cool is that? Like, you know, that blue and the blue bangle,
Yeah.
and getting it at the right time after the meditation, it niched that area of holding grace in spite of people not being grateful."
Right.
So that's what I'm going to give you.
Because
what happens is the challenge you're going to go through with your daughter. Each time you hear that jingle, I mean, it makes a very nice jingle. You know, I feel I cannot forget that tone. You know, I feel so grateful. You know, like I'm saying, thank you for finding me at the right space, because now I can look at my dad and treat him with love, because that used to really hurt my heart to speak to him harsh.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking, why am I being harsh on this guy, like, who's nothing but love for me?
Right.
But it's my projection how he needs to be, and I feel it's okay. You know, it's okay. He doesn't need to live with awareness.
Right.
He needs to do nothing extra for me to love him. And I told him, yeah, Dad, you teach me what unconditional love is. And I said to him, do you know how beautiful it feels? You need to give me gift of nothing for me to love you.
Right.
You give me gift of not being acknowledged to love you. And you know, that space in me, I love more than anything else. Right. My right hand, poor man's daughter, the best hand I could do to serve my country. You know, my patients, my world. And I feel so privileged I have a dad like this who treats me this way and shows me I am better than anything this material has to offer. Whether it's a body, soul, mind.
And you know, it just came to my mind when you telling me this, how you said like unconditional love with my daughter. But I'll tell you right now, if you were somebody that did something like to me that would hurt me, she would be the first one to be like, "That's my mother." Do you know what I mean? Like,
very protective of
she's
you.
very protective of me, which she's the only one that can do that. Do you know what I mean? She's
Like
the
how?
only one that can do it, but nobody else can.
So there is a show that Tim, I forgot his name, the guy who's a comedian. He says, I can't, like, I like I I don't get anybody to be mad at you. Only I can be mad
Yes,
at you.
right. Yes, that's exactly. You know, and like the bangle, I had a best friend. She helped me when my parents, passed away, and I lived with her and her family. That's a story for another day. But when she got married, she was leaving. She was leaving into her own home and everything, and I was going my way. So I could cry thinking about her. I got I just got so sad. I got her a little bell, a bracelet. So I said anytime that bell rang, she would always know that I was thinking of her. So I had, you know what I mean? I just
Yes, your bell you shared with us.
Yeah, like I bought her a bell and a bracelet. And I said every time, like you said, when I hear this,
yes.
I can think of that. So I got her that, and I just said, whenever you hear it, you think of me. Like the same. But like I just got
your heart knows her wherever she is.
Yeah, that's why. So it was like
You're
emotional.
a special mother. It takes a lot of courage to
And
stand up to your daughter and say what she's doing is
Yes.
wrong, and it hurts you inside. But
It does, because I
we have
tell
to
her,
do it.
all the time, like I love you so much, and I want things to be better. I want to, like, I want you to tell me, what's bothering you. Like, let me help you, because there's no reason. I mean, what are you so angry? Like, what is so angry? There's something inside you that's angry, and I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? And it can't be just you getting your own way.
I think, see the emotions when the teenagers go through, they have this forebrain thinking. It's a surge of hormone. It's not anger. It's unprocessed, undigested food. Remember, these are the animals we are eating with the hormones and stuff. So it builds a layer of this, they call it bilious, acid bile. And I think that causes mood swings. And I feel reaction is not our children. Action is our children. So tell her what she's reacting. You're not going to respond to anymore.
Right.
But whatever choice, power of choice of decision she's making that shows power, you're going to support it. So when they are choosing something from a powerless space by reacting and acting out, don't don't heed to it. Don't even engage with it.
And that's what I started to do with my husband. You know what I mean? I used to do that. I said he knew. He says, "Let me tell you something. Sophia and I know how to push that button on you."
Yes.
And I said, "You're exactly right." But when I stopped reacting, when my husband would get, and I would start to, when I stopped reacting, it went away.
The interesting thing is they actually, in India, they're celebrating 9 nights. 9 nights, which started on the 21st, I think.
September?
Today. Yesterday. Yesterday.
Okay.
So today is second day. Or maybe, because in India it started 2 days ago, because their dates are like little bit.
Okay, is there, yes.
So the 9 nights is a war between cosmic will and self-will. And after 9 days, the cosmic will is capable of bending the will of the mankind. So you would see a big support coming our way in a week's time, like within
the 9 days.
Like 9 day, meaning 10th day, like around 29th, 30th of September, you would see a shift.
And then October 1st is my birthday.
Nice.
October 1st, my birthday, my father said that October was a beautiful one because I started it the first. I miss him.
So what I'm saying is, this 9 nights don't make decisions.
Yes.
Hold the power. It's all about building power. What they say in India is all the divine beings gave their energy into one cosmic form. And they fought this war for 9 days. Because they say that's why atrociousness in Saint Martin, they said when the hurricane hit, they sent military to pick up the American tourists.
Right.
But they said they let the prisoners go because the wall was going to fall on them. The first thing the prisoners did when they came out, was they looted the guns and started looting the place. So the mind of the man doesn't matter even in catastrophe. If it is not doing the right thing, they are hell bent on doing the wrong thing. It doesn't matter. The gratefulness, again and again, I'm getting to that space where if you're coming from a place of saltless state, like great ungrateful state, people are going to misbehave. Remember, you never need to engage with them. You go into a silent space and you just keep your
I've taken
space.
that from you from your last, from us talking before when you say, I'm just going to be quiet.
Yeah.
I'm going to be quiet. If they can't, talk to me the way, right?
See, the thing is, one thing you need to understand is silence does not mean loss of power. You're going to be silent and forceful. So, how does the nature attack us? It's very silent, but it's atrocious.
Right?
So, what I'm saying is, do whatever you need to do, plow through it, but be silent and forceful. That's what I say. Be silent, ferocious. It's like the mother in
Yes,
you.
right, right.
Be ferocious. You're gonna protect, but at the same time be graceful. Very, very silent. And I love that space that I came to. Really, it's such a blessing the universe offered me, like by this blue color.
Okay, I love it.
What a blessing.
I wore this color actually in my brother's wedding. My brother had passed away. I wore this color.
Very nice.
Like, I love this color. Like, this is my color. Like, blue's not yard. Like, blue. I always say, what's your favorite color? And I always have to go back to blue. Like a blue,
I fell in love actually. I think this is the first time, and I fell in love with that being too, Upaliappan. And what I did. What I do is my favorite thing is I have a bunk bed. I like my children. Anybody who needs me can sleep on the top. But on the bottom, I have a queen size. So it's a two level.
Okay, yeah, two level.
One
I've
is
seen
like,
them, queen size and the twin.
So, but in the middle, the barrier, I have my favorite things in the middle of the bed because I feel I can watch, but my children can get the protection. So I put this picture of this being up there. And every day when I wake up, that's who I see. And I have my son's sprinting picture there, my teacher's footsteps, because it's his footprints. He gave it to us. He imprinted on turmeric and stuff. So every night I feel I'm sleeping under his feet.
Oh yeah.
So I love that space, but the blue, I really in love with this being. I'm so stoked.
Yes, and that's what I'm making the space in my room for me.
Very nice.